Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Spirit of Justice. Previously, the facts seemed to contradict each other. So we put one and one together and made two. It's the DeFam twins, Bonnie and Betty. They need no further introductions. We're here to cross-examine them when they're testifying together now, which is a nice change of pace. I'm very curious to see where this video's gonna go because I feel like this trial could end in this play session, maybe. Either that or we're gonna call another witness, but that would probably have to be Roger Reddens, but it feels a bit too soon for him, so I really just don't know. Well, let's get into it, I suppose. It's true. I had business in the understage passage because of the upcoming trick.
Hold it!
If you were in the understage passage, which, need I remind you, was the crime scene, then you most certainly should be counted as a potential suspect.
But I don't have any motive to kill Mr. Reyes.
But you, by your own admission, hate Miss Wright. When she was arrested as a suspect, you said it was what she deserved.
Objection!
So you believe the witness killed a man simply due to her dislike of Trucy Wright. As a motive, is that not improbable at best? But what if her hatred caused her to bear a strong sense of malice against my client?
Look, Trucy just made me mad, that's all. I mean, even though she's younger than me, she's got so much skill and popularity. And she's cute besides. Ugh, she makes me so mad I wish she would drop dead. Betty, don't talk like that. Shut your yap.
So was it just simple jealousy? No, it would be envy.
Say, Betty, that next trick you were getting ready for. It was the fire trick, right? The one Mr. Reyes was supposed to do?
Hold it!
Bonnie, we're trying to get Betty's testimony right now, so...
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
You can step down if you'd like.
I'm worried about Betty, though. She can lose her temper and say awful things sometimes. Hey, what are you, my mother? Don't forget, I'm the older sister. You got that? Me? Oh, yes, I get it.
I guess I'd worry about Oh, that's not a typo. I'd worry about Mount Betty constantly blowing her top if I were Bonnie too. So, Betty, you were down under stage getting ready for the fire trick, were you?
That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it.
Hold it!
And you were taking every necessary precaution, is that right?
Of course, every precaution. After all, it's a very dangerous trick that uses real fire. I mean, we had to be ready in case the curtain caught on fire or something, right?
No, you didn't make ready at all. There's dust on the inside of this fire bucket.
By the time people realized it wasn't a part of the act, it might be too late, huh?
If by people you mean Athena Sykes, then yes. Wow, a fire trick. That sounds really impressive.
Hee. Your beard would go up in smoke, old man.
Whoa. Okay, I'm thinking of a certain other Ace Attorney character who will go unnamed. But yeah, wow, what a callback.
I bet people'd mistake you for a cue ball or something without it.
A cue ball?
Betty, don't be rude to the judge. Hee. Betty, you know that fire trick? It was in the script, and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident.
Hold it!
I see the fire trick was a part of the script. It seems Mr. Reyes was scheduled to perform it later in the show. Did you not get to see him practice it beforehand?
No, during rehearsal he said he didn't feel well, so he couldn't breathe any fire for me.
Wait, let me get this straight. He couldn't breathe fire because he wasn't feeling well?
My magical powers appear to be on the wane today. That's what he said.
So it was just a part of his usual The Great Mr. Reyes shtick.
It's really too bad I didn't get to see the trick because of the incident. Which was completely unexpected, of course. Hey!
Huh.
Shut up! You're gonna give it away. Anyway, I was real busy.
Hold it!
So what exactly do you mean by you're gonna give it away?
See, Bonnie? You and your big mouth. Now, Lobster Boy wants to know what we're talking about. Eep, I'm sorry.
Whatever they're paying Apollo, it's not enough. Yes, well, if you were preparing for the next magic trick, I'm sure you wouldn't have had the time to commit murder.
Wow, looks like the old geezer isn't senile just yet, huh? I bet you'll live a good long life.
Oh, I plan to be sitting up here at least another 10 years. Wait, hasn't it been like 7 years since Spirit of Justice released? Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh God. Judge, no. I'm not ready to lose you.
10 more years? I don't know about that.
Shut your face, Athena. Blasphemer. What did we discuss about inner monologues, Athena?
Well, more power to ya, I guess. In any case, I was so busy I didn't have the time to off anybody. Yeah, way too busy to have the chance to kill Mr. Reyes.
Hold it!
Are you just trying to cover for Betty?
No, of course not. I believe in my sister. I know she'd never murder anyone.
But you think my client would?
No, I believe in Trucy too. I know she'd never murder anyone either.
Well, we just ran out of suspects in that case.
Yes, but... See, you should have just kept your mouth shut, dummy. You're just making a fool of yourself. Just be nice and quiet like a good little bunny, got it? Alright, I guess I'm no help.
Oh boy. It's impossible to get anything out of Bonnie with Betty right there. So Betty was too busy getting ready for the next trick to have time for murder, huh?
There must be some way to prove that that wasn't the case.
Yep. The fire trick. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. Well, that's a lie.
Objection!
I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as the one in that floating trick you did earlier.
Oh, harsh words. Well, let me tell you something, forehead boy. No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick.
No one except me, you mean?
Well, we have even better tricks up our sleeves. Huh? We do? I told you to keep it zipped.
Now, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's this about a flaw in the testimony? The script has this to say about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage except for a layer of dust.
Oh, Ouch!
You didn't even attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Betty?
You got me!
Let's see them wiggle their way out of this one. Betty de Femme, you will explain yourself.
Oh, there's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty. We can't hide it any longer. We might as well tell them. Shut up! You can barely take care of yourself. Don't try to tell me what to do.
Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick is because she knew the show wouldn't go on. Yeah. This is extremely obvious. Is afraid of fire and was slacking off would just go nowhere and accomplish nothing. But this adds some spice to the stew. You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and that the show would then be cancelled.
Ah! Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man. I'm gonna yank those lame bangs of yours off. Is that what you want, huh?
Objection!
Whatever, they can grow back. Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already.
Oh, I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician.
Objection!
You have been chasing the shadow of an illusory culprit defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away.
Exactly. Where's your proof, huh?
And yet, I concede that the witness's taste for false words has also been proven. I advise you to confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness.
Oh, deceitful trickery!
Objection!
As your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty. You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again. But all these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars either way.
Does that mean you're admitting your guilt?
Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something I didn't do, you... Lobster boy, cue ball geezer, head case brat, Cerberus monk.
Oh, shame on me. Okay, wait, why is she calling him that? He has one head. Anyway, it's pronounced Kerberos, thank you very much. Oh, right, Guardian to Hell. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it. Cue ball geezer.
Head case brat, really? Betty, calm down. Come on now, deep breaths, deep breaths. Huff, huff, huff. Look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you.
Then how did you know the show would be called off before the fire trick?
I told you, we can't reveal our secrets. We are under contract.
Uh-huh. Contract? What is she talking about? Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case.
Objection!
I'm beginning to see the karmic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case. Huh? Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim under stage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. That, in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion, all seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Ouch! Planned out? I like how no one's commenting on what Bonnie's doing. After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports. I even browsed tabloid magazines. Did you sleep, sir? How very industrious of you. I'm impressed. During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. A practice called the hidden camera prank. All right. My eyes were uncontrollably rolling in their socket. Oh my god. Just a prank, bro. Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed of this plan by Take-Two TV in advance, correct? Is that true?
Betty, please, let's tell them now. I can't hold it in anymore. Dang it! Fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan. It was all a prank, a big setup planned out in advance. Mr. Reyes showing up dead in the coffin, the set piece falling down. It was all completely scripted.
Even the showing up dead part? Hello? It was all a prank? Bonnie, is this really true?
Yes, Mr. Reyes was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go.
So he was in on it too.
That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in the coffin, and then the set piece would fall down. Trucy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went.
What? What the heck kind of prank is that?
But we never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Reyes.
I'm so completely lost right now. Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do.
All right. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Hee. Just this once, we'll share how it was done with you. So listen carefully. You'll never hear this kind of thing anywhere else.
I hope it doesn't have rabies.
After our teleportation trick, I went down under stage. When Mr. Reyes' body appeared from the coffin on stage, it was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right. I used the remote control for the winch connected to the dragon set piece.
Remote control?
and made it fall down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt.
Huh.
After that, the plan was for Mr. Reyes to come back to life in front of a panicked Trucy. He was supposed to laugh and fly up and away. That was how it was scripted anyway. But for some reason, he really did turn up dead, so he kinda just stayed on the ground.
What kind of sick joke is that? It sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. The poor defendant was trying to do her magic show.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Huh. Whatever. It was all the ratings Raja's idea anyway. Yeah, it sounds just like just the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with. This is the prank plan script we got from the ratings Raja.
Oh, alright. Let's see. Mr. Reyes' body will appear in the supposedly empty coffin, which should cause a big ruckus. After capturing a bit of Trucy's reaction on film, Mr. Reyes will come back to life, laughing and flying up into the air, causing another round of surprise. Okay. The supposedly empty coffin. Huh. Well, there's two coffins. Which one is it?
Dang it! You made us break our contract. Now we won't get paid.
But where does this all leave us? Who killed the victim, and when?
Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. If Mr. Reyes was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as a part of the prank, then when he was under stage, there would still be life within him.
Wait, isn't there a possibility?
Huh.
Okay, this might sound stupid, but what if it actually went according to plan further than Betty and Bonnie thought it did? What if Mr. Reyes actually did play dead? And then sometime in the panic, like after the dragon had fallen, after Trucy had went backstage, when no one could see Mr. Reyes, or a good chunk of the stage at least, what if that is the moment he was killed? That's a possibility. I don't see anything wrong with it other than the absurdity of how precise that timing would be and where the actual perpetrator would go afterwards, but maybe it's like a sword on a stick. Someone in the rafters above on the catwalk just aimed a sword with a rope around its hilt and just dropped it at the prone Mr. Reyes and killed him with the gravity of the stab. And then you just use the knife to yank it, the rope to yank the sword back up? Like, okay, look, if a bust suspended by two little wires can kill someone dead, this can happen too, all right? I remember Ace Attorney 2. I remember the Justice for All. I didn't forget Very Big Circus.
And if that is the case, then Betty, who was also under stage, may be excluded from our list of suspects.
Aha!
Witness, was the victim alive up until he entered the coffin? Oh, well, now that we've spilled the beans, we might as well show you this video.
What? I guess I'm doing his voice. Greetings, viewers. It is I, the great Mr. Reyes. We are currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I'm about to hide in the coffin, which Trucy will stab with her rubber sword. And when the coffin opens, I will be in it, acting as though I've met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face then? I can hardly wait!
He's about to hide in the coffin?
You know, I wonder if that symbol on his right palm means anything. Like, we've seen a few Khura'in symbols, the Magatama, the butterfly, nothing about, like, an 8-pointed sun?
It would seem the threads of karmic destiny have led us to the truth. The victim passed through the understage where Betty DeFam was, and came up into the backstage area. We know this because Mr. Reyes appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw.
It appears that way, yes.
And defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then, what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Reyes entered the coffin.
Oh, so does that mean...
Yes, it is horrible, but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on the stage. When into the coffin where Mr. Reyes was hiding, Trucy Wright thrust her blade. See? Told you so.
So are you saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during the prank?
It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank? What? I... Tell him, Trucy, you didn't know anything about it, right? Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it.
Objection!
Still think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of evidence.
Huh. It looks like some sort of note. I'm scared to read it out loud. Oh! Hold on, I already know. I already know how to solve this. Clever?
That's... I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now.
Bonnie, get the video camera after Mr. Reyes comes tumbling out. Trucy Wright. Note the location of that signature. Bottom of the page, huh? And my God, the handwriting is identical. 100%. What's this?
Let's see, it says, get the video camera after Mr. Reyes comes tumbling out.
It is a note signed by the accused, instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Reyes' video camera from him, it seems.
I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank.
It does bear her signature, I'll give you that much. I am completely at ease. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank? It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust her the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss Wright?
Of course not, and I didn't write or sign that note.
Ah, but the handwriting matches yours. All of the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit.
But I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not?
I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Reyes. You have to believe me.
The silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Miss Wright, it is time to resign yourself to your fate.
No, I didn't do it.
Ha, I knew it. That sweet-looking girl, a murderer. She took us all in with that act of hers. Told you, knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start.
But I didn't do it. I really didn't. Why doesn't anybody believe me?
Shut up, you killer. You won't fall for that anymore. This is bad. Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites it deserves. Very well. I suppose I have no other choice. This court hereby finds a defendant, Trucy. About time, Apollo. The defense has an objection.
Apollo!
Even now you would. I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me, and Trucy, who's put all of her faith in me. Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence with which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct? Yes, of course, Your Honor.
Do we really have anything, Apollo?
Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may proceed. As we saw in the show footage, There's no question that the defendant thrust a sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value. So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved? Yes. The defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now what was it Trucy told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin? Very well, let us see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. Wow! I haven't seen multi-stage penalties in a long time. This is a bad nostalgia. Oh no. You will be severely penalized if I find you are bluffing. That's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it's possible that the sword Miss Wright used was not the cause of death. Okay. It's possible. Okay. Can we hurry up and get to the note? The signature? Can we get to that? I know how to do that one, please. Please? Oh no. It is really odd that Man of Mystery's prints are backwards, like he's facing backwards. But no. We're here about the sword specifically. Well, here's the sword stand contains the rubber sword Trucy says she swapped in for the trick. Look, this is a second sword, a fake sword, a rubber, harmless, dummy sword. By saying it exists, therefore, I could posit that yes, there is a possibility that the sword Miss Wright used was not the cause of death. Right? Oh, I need to think about this carefully, though. God, a case number 2 in an Ace Attorney game with 3 pages of evidence. That feels like a lot. Is that a lot for case 2? Well, look. This feels right, and also I don't see any other context this evidence could ever get used again, so... Okay.
Take that!
What's this? A sword from the show.
Oh, thank God. That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the sword stand under stage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword. And she told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did.
I see. So the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was a steel sword found lying on the stage?
Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with a rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos
to swap the rubber sword for the steel one.
Objection.
Do you not know when to give up, Stinkbug? That is not possible. Wait, so we were upgraded from red pepper? Right on. Blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was the steel one.
Objection.
But that blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater, there was plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood there.
Objection.
If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then when exactly do you propose the victim was killed, given that Mr. Reyes was alive when he entered that coffin?
Objection.
Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial. Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue. Very well, Your Honor. Yes, I saved it, somehow. Too close for comfort, but still. Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution and the defense to use this time to prepare. Wow. This does feel like a really long trial section. Boy, I don't know. Interesting. Phew, that was hairy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor Sadmati either. You know, with the way he says, let it go and move on, as if it's nothing. Let it go and move on, huh? Oh, there's only one asshole who would speak like this. Well, boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Yeah. Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Haha, keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammary Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grammary? Go away, you creep! Unique sound effect, even. Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. It looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. God, I hate this man. Die. Huh? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. He called in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose? Apollo? That thing Mr. Reddens just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand. Oh. Oh! Oh. This changes things. Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that?
I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills.
No way. But I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh, it's Bonnie. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something?
Well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see... Hey, dummy! What are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? Betty... Who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you harebrain. Me... But I... Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me. Now!
I wonder what was bothering her.
There's no way we're finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that.
Court is about to reconvene. Will he be all right testifying?
Yes, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Reddens has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans.
Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. He'd better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. You're Trucy, right? And you'll be fine!
Oh! There goes Apollo with his best trick.
That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine.
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy, right? And I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. Think I can do this now.
That a girl. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great.
Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this.
All right, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. April 28th, District Court, Courtroom number 6. I wonder if courtroom number 4 is still under construction. Huh. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Trucy Wright, magician.
Here comes a liar, the deceitful witch.
Throw the murderer in jail.
Last member of that criminal troupe. Boo, we don't want to see you on any stage. Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I will have you all thrown out on the spot.
What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Reddens invited.
What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not going to psych us out. Now then, Mr. Wright. This court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one. Did I say Mr.? Force of habit, I swear. This court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue.
She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict her already. Give her the death penalty. Nyahaha.
Silence, all of you. I won't tell you again. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify?
Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this.
I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be all right, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves.
In spite of everything, she's still smiling.
Our Trucy is amazing, isn't she?
She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the troop grammary creed even now. She really is something else.
It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody.
Oh my god, this game continues to amaze.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is.
Bravo!
See that? No tricks or gimmicks, a very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Swordo! There, I've switched it. And now... Hup! As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber.
Bravo, Miss Wright!
Wow, she switched them on in a flash. I couldn't see her do it at all.
She's completely turned the room around.
The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering.
Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know.
I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show.
So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain.
Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I?
Oh!
That's our Trucy.
Yeah, still.
Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right? Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court.
That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there, but now that I found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic.
I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination.
Well, well, well. This really is remarkable. God, it's like yeah, it's just about as jarring as seeing Ryunosuke start pacing around the courtroom back in the Great Ace Attorney. Man. So that Roger Rettins fella, huh? You know, he did always kind of give me a Las Vegas magician kind of vibe, you know? What an interesting fellow. He's clearly well versed in the ways of magic, of stage magic. He can do quick swaps and disappearances too. This, I must remember at all times. Huh. Boy, even though we've come this far, I still don't yet see a possible bridge we could start constructing that'll take us to getting Retins on the stand. Well, no, maybe that's not true. The forged signature. Yeah, if we prove that someone from Retin's agency, the Take-Two TV, made Trucy sign a phony waiver to forge her signature on another document, if we prove that, then the big boss himself would probably be called in to testify. He's in the stands right now. Shoot. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm actually back on board, like fully on board the belief that there's no second investigation phase, nor is there a second trial phase. We're one and done in this. That is fascinating, but it's really, really nice that they're so willing to shake up the formula in such huge ways. And my god, like, man, all this stuff going on with Trucy and Bonnie and Betty, wasn't there anything in the great Ace Attorney games that were this impressive? Like, don't get me wrong, there were some amazing culprit breakdowns, especially the final one. My god, that was very memorable. But this, it's quality and quantity. Damn. Just feels so good to play this game. It's almost enough to make me forget that we're near the end of my road. We're just about 2 cases down, 4 to go. 4! That's all that's left, 4! Ah! Well, I need to end things before I start crying, so I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Spirit of Justice. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.